Hello everyone, Triple Nipple Nick, welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be reviewing Edible Forest Gardens 2-volume book, and to jump into it, it is huge, as you can see, which is great. It gets into extreme depth, it's very comprehensive. I think there's information in this book that you're not going to find really anywhere else. The type of thing where if you read a book and it tells you about a topic and you think, oh, I need to research this more, I need to look into this more, I wish it was just in the book. This book has information all the way into every detail. So that's what's great about this book. As you can see, oh, it's in reverse, isn't it? It says for a temperate climate permaculture. And so this is a permaculture food forestry book. And a lot of the principles could be applied to, for example, tropical food forestry. And I'd say if you're going to be doing a food forest anywhere in the world, you should still read this. But a lot of the in-depth, detailed advice is really going to apply to temperate climates. And it has species from Europe and America too, so it's all over. So yeah, some of the downsides I'd say are that it's $100, but if you're interested in food forestry, there's a reason it's $100. This is an absolutely wonderful book, so there's really nothing to say bad about the book, just the price. And then, yeah, if you're doing tropical climate permaculture food forestry, you're going to be a little frustrated that it's focusing on the temperate climate. So, starting off with the first book, this book covers the vision and theory of temperate climate permaculture, so it's more abstract and introductory. It covers things like biomimicry, which is that we're mimicking the natural ecosystems in our farming systems, and ecological niches and ecological succession, which tie into that. And I think the framework in this book was extremely clear, well written, and it just gave me an excellent understanding of forest ecology and how to apply that to farming. It was like a download in my mind. 5 years after reading the book, I still remember a lot of the key concepts and I'm constantly applying it. So yeah, one of the concepts that I liked the most, and I think I'll make a video about this, was ecological succession. And this is the different stages and patterns that ecosystems go through and how to harness that to develop our ecosystems to be more healthy, biodiverse, and mature, and how to also just work within that to understand what kind of systems we're working with. And then also this book challenged kind of this understanding that at least was around historically in ecology, that ecosystems mature through stages to a complex height of a mature ecosystem. It introduced, to me, the concept of I think, dynamic shifting mosaic, which basically means that you have a mature ecosystem, but there are disturbances that set different sections of land, say 10% at any given time, to a very early stage of succession, like a prairie or something like a fire. And so ecosystems are constantly shifting and then going back through the stages of succession, supported by being surrounded by mature ecosystems. And so overall, this book is very abstract, the first volume, but I found it that I was actually able to read this cover to cover more because the other one had a lot of in-depth information and I wasn't motivated to just read 100 pages about something that I wasn't particularly interested in. So this book, think of it as something you would just read, and then the other book maybe is more, you can skip between the sections and see what helps you most. Now looking at the second book, it's a lot more practical, detailed, longer. And it covers a variety of topics, things like how to attract beneficial wildlife and give them habitat, and even tools and design processes to things as detailed as how to measure where various things are and equations. So all these very in-depth, practical, step-by-step ideas, and it goes through that and site preparation. It kind of recommends basically you're going to need at least a year of site preparation for any food forest. And this section I found really helpful because as you're getting going, you don't want to do the wrong type of site preparation. It was very detailed, very good. And then ultimately it goes to establishing a food forest and maintenance. So it kind of goes through the whole design process, kind of step-by-step story of what you're actually going to be doing. So this is actually the first video in a series on this book, and I really love this book. There's so many practical things in there, and while I highly recommend you buy it, it can always be difficult when you read a book to remember things, and so this is kind of meant to be supplementary material. So for example, the next video I'm going to shoot is about insectary plants that we plant to flower and attract beneficial insects and birds to our garden. So stay tuned, subscribe, like the video, comment if you enjoyed this, and a lot of these other videos will be going more into depth on a specific topic. This was just a book review. But anyways, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. Get this book. Bye.